Welcome to the Diary of a Working Woman podcast. I'm Jonette, your host. On this podcast, I'll be speaking to women from all walks of life of different ages. And the thing that they'll have in common is that they will work in some way or another. Their stories will be motivating, inspiring, empowering. I just know you're going to enjoy it. Please follow me on Diary of a Working Woman to receive all the latest episodes. Tune in.
Hi, it's great to be back with you all. I think since the last time that I did a solo podcast, I've been really reflecting on my life, and I said I'd be sharing with you a little bit more about me and what makes me tick. And yeah, I've been really reflecting on my happiness. Am I truly happy? And I embarked on this self-employment route a couple of years ago, and I have no regrets. I think it's absolutely the right thing for me to be working for myself at this stage of my life, with all the experience that I've gathered in lots of different fields. So it does feel right. But working from home, I was beginning to feel that my job was stealing my life. I literally felt that I had no life. And I know some of you out there will be able to relate to what I'm saying. Do you get up every day and do you feel as if you're stuck in the rat race? You get up and you're pedaling away at that treadmill, just going, get up in the morning, work, bed, get up in the morning, work, bed. And it can become really monotonous. And when you work from home, sometimes it feels even more intense, or it certainly did for me. So after a lot of agonizing, I started to think, surely there must be a better way, an easier way, a more productive way of getting my work done than getting up every morning, sitting in my kitchen and at the laptop and doing what is really rewarding work. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. However, I was starting to feel really lethargic. And I started to lose myself, to be honest, because at least when you actually go out to work, you can get dressed in the morning, put your suit on or whatever your work attire might be, and you're going out, you're interacting with people, you're seeing people. There wasn't that same sort of motivation to look your best when you're working at home. And I know those of you who work at home may feel like this. And there are pluses and minuses, because at least you don't spend, the time getting, the hair, the makeup, the clothes ready. So whilst you haven't got that necessarily as part of your routine, you do, if you're working like myself and you are online a lot, you do still have to present yourself in a certain way. So I was getting up every morning. I'm a morning person, and that sluggishness would kick in. And I was just beginning to think, although I was trying to work out twice a week, and some weeks I managed even 3 times going to the gym, and that'd be great. But when I sort of weighed it up with the amount of hours that I was putting into my job, and I think maybe some of you will agree that when you actually work for yourself, you put in even more hours than you would do going out and working for other people. So the mornings roll into the evenings, and before you know it, you calculate, clocking up 12 to 15 hours a day, and that was my life. And then I started to feel really started to resent it. I really started to resent putting in that amount of work and that disproportionate work and disproportionate hours with your working out at the gym for maybe 3 or 4 hours a week if I was lucky, to doing a minimum of 50-hour week with work. So I thought, no, I have no work-life balance. All my life I've been striving for work-life balance. And if you're like me and you like to work hard but you like to play hard, sometimes you can just feel out of sorts a little bit. So I decided about 3 weeks ago, that I was going to do something about it. You have control. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can change this around. It's all about mindset. And in today's podcast, I'm going to be sharing just 3 things, 3 different ways of creating a better work-life balance. And first of all, it's starting with your daily routines. So we're going to talk about daily routines. I'm going to share with you some hacks, some tips, things that you can do to just change the way that you are approaching your work. on a daily basis. And then I'm going to share with you the importance of having that mindset, having building those habits and starting within your mind. And that will then propel you through to the rest of the day, and then throughout the rest of the week. And before you know it, you've got new healthy habits setting in, and that work-life sort of disconnect is all of a sudden going to start coming together. You will see. Just listen for a bit longer. And if anything, what I'm saying at the moment is resonating with you, and I know a lot of you who are out there who are working will probably feel this way, that you have no life. Your job is your life, and it really shouldn't be like that. It really shouldn't be like that. Our jobs really shouldn't be stealing our lives, because we've got families. I mean, some of them have got families, you've got friends, you've got other things to do. And then the third thing I'm going to be doing is really just preparing yourself for success and that longevity, and maintaining that healthy work-life balance that is going to make you feel so much better, so much better. So, here we go. Let's launch into it. And the first thing I'd like to share is what I did to try and turn this upside down. So I looked at my work schedule and thought, how can I just inject more movement into my life? So if you're like me, and like hundreds of you out there, you'll have a Fitbit, you'll have a watch that will just monitor your activity throughout the day. And I remember just going to bed every day, just disappointed, because I'd only close one ring. I would rarely close the stand ring, because I sat down a lot in my job. The move ring, even though I was working for maybe sort of exercising maybe an hour and a half a day, that move ring would seldom close. Exercise ring, I was a bit more successful in closing, but I longed to have a goal where I could close all 3 rings really easily. And I thought, you have to approach this like I approach work. And if you've got a really good work ethic, or if you strive to having one, and you've got a work diary, then approach your work-life balance, approach exercise as if you're approaching your work with the same level of diligence. So I looked at my schedule. I thought, right, okay, how can I ensure that every day I am moving my body a level that is going to produce productivity in terms of my work, promote a healthy mind, just make me a happier person, uplift my moods. And so what I do every morning now, if I take my mornings back, my mornings are my own. Yeah, I work on me first. So I diarise it. So I get my schedule out and I think, right, every day, where am I going to put my exercise sessions in? And they go in pretty much like you're scheduling a meeting for work. So schedule your activities, your exercise is throughout the week. And then I set little timers. So the timer, I'll set it for the day before, reminding me what activity is coming up the next day in terms of exercise. And that is creating a routine. And routines, if you do it regularly enough and consistently enough, will become a habit. And I can say 3 weeks down the line, I'm now into a routine, I'm now into a habit where my body and my mind, my mindset comes first before my work. And then everything else just clicks into place. So diarise my exercises. You may think, well, okay, what sort of exercises? You will know what works for you. Start small and incrementally. Do something that is easy. Work on maybe something low intensity to begin with, and just maybe a short amount of time, 15 minutes. Make your goals realistic. Just like you're setting your goals for work, make them realistic and time bounded. So maybe to begin with, 15 minutes every morning, get up, sort yourself out, and then get down to some exercise, something that's achievable, maybe something high impact, a HIIT class, or if you don't like HIIT, maybe stretching, walking, maybe cycling, but moving your body and getting your heartbeat racing a little bit. And then once you've done that, and once you've got into a routine of that, then, because you're diarising it, because you've got you've got your timers going off, you know what's coming up. And one of the things that really helped me is thinking about accountability for my body. We have accountability for work. Yeah, there's work accountability. You're accountable to yourself or to your manager. But how much do you hold yourself to account for your exercise and your well-being. So I decided to, right, I'm going to make myself accountable. So what I do, at my gym, I've decided instead of just doing weights and just doing things by myself in the weights room, I now do classes. And people have been saying to me for a while, you need to change it up, move, variety is the spice of life, they say, right? So I now do on a Monday, I will do a cardio class at the gym with a friend, and working out with a friend can really help, because that can help with your motivation, get you up in the morning. Someone is depending on you, relying on you, counting on you. So we go and we get there 7 a.m. and it's hard to begin with, maybe the first 5 minutes, but then you get into a flow. So exercising with someone, just getting that routine. On a Tuesday, I now do body pump, and at first it was rubbish. You may think exercise classes aren't for me, and whatever works for you, just do something, just move. But what I found with the exercise classes is that you get to interact with other people get used to seeing you there, you get to push yourself a bit more because you've seen others work hard, and there's accountability for yourself. So from Monday to Thursday, I have set classes that I do at the gym, and they're religious now. They're as religious as my meetings with my clients. They're in the diary, and they're a done deal. They're a done deal. I get them done. And this is what, if you want to change that unhealthy work-life balance, try and focus on exercise as part of your daily routine in the way that your work is. So just setting those good habits. So diarising, setting timers, accountability, maybe working out with a friend. And once you've got those and you're just consistent, you build your intensity, you build your time period, then after a while, your body will get used to it, and your body will really thank you for it. And so will your mind. So the next thing I'm going to do is talk about your mindset, because if you haven't got the right mindset, then nothing of what I'm saying is going to be sustained, because you may well fall into unhealthy habits like I have in the past, where I've said, right, I've set myself up, I'm going to get up every morning, I'm going to put my app on, I'm going to do this class every morning. And then I last for 2-3 weeks, and then it just all goes a bit pear-shaped again. And so it's about knowing what works for you. And I think what works for me is getting out of the house, getting out of the four walls, and just, breathing in some oxygen, just moving somewhere else, and just treating the gym like my workplace. Yeah, like my workplace. I am going to work. I'm going to work on my physical health, and that will then help with my mental health. But coming up, I'm going to share with you just maybe some daily affirmations, some mantras that you can use to just set you up for creating that routine, that daily routine, those daily goals that are going to make you feel so much better. And you're going to see, as I've seen, that it's transformed my work productivity. It really has. If you really are feeling that your work-life balance is really getting you down, like it was getting me down, and we've heard that there's a lot we can do. We can put ourselves in the driving seat. We can change this. I think to create that impetus, you need a reason, a why. Why do I need to change? Why now? And why did I decide to look at my exercise, my health, my lifestyle at this stage of my life? And the catalyst was really working for myself and finding that I was miserable, just sat there every day. Although I like my job, just the monotony of it all. And there was more to it than that, if I'm honest. I think I remember going to the gym on the one day, and they had one of these swanky machines that measure your body parts. You stand on the machine and you hold the prongs in your hand, and then gives you a body analysis. And I remember seeing this machine and trying to avoid it. I avoided it for days. And there's no way I'm going on that. I know that I'm not going to like what I see. But the one day there were two members of staff, in the reception when I arrived first thing in the morning, and they said, "Have you seen the machine? Have you tried it?" And I said, "Yeah, I've seen it, but no, I think I don't want to go on there." But they persuaded me to go on there, and it was the best thing they could ever have done, because that, again, was the reason for me just having a complete shift in the way that I'm thinking about how much or how little exercise I was doing on a weekly basis. So I think the biggest worry for me in terms of that and that body analysis was my visceral fat level. So you'll know your visceral fat is the fat around your organs. And my visceral fat level came out as high. And I was really surprised, I've got a small scale at home, and it says that I'm in the normal range, but then this industrial machine was saying my visceral fat is high. And why I started to worry about that was thinking about just my family and genetics. And I know that, my family, we've got diabetes, we've got high blood pressure, we've got cardiovascular disease, and that's all associated with visceral fat, the fat around your organs. So straight away I started to think, my job is making me ill. I'm actually sick, and I don't even realise, these are problems that are bubbling underneath my skin that I was not even seeing. And that was the catalyst for me, because I thought there's no way that I can have this information and not do anything with it, because that would just be silly, wouldn't it? That was stupid. So that was the reason I thought, right, no, I have to change, and I'm going to change now. And so the following morning, I thought, right, let's just have it. It was that same day, actually, got home, looked on my app and thought, right, okay, I need to change this. Let's see what classes I can put in every morning. I'm going to put my body before my work. So this is about having a daily mantra that is really going to give you the motivation, the why for changing your life around and putting your exercise and your health at the centre of everything that you do. If you want a long life, if you want to grow, be able to see your children grow, their children grow, great grandchildren, then, we have to really look at this sedentary lifestyle that a lot of us have gotten into the habit of, and really think if it's serving us. And we know it's not serving us, but the system is made this way, isn't it? To keep us working, to keep us working until we're dead, 70, 75, and then we keel over. But joking aside, that was my reason why I thought, right, I need to get my visceral fat levels down. So therefore, I need to increase my exercise. So the daily mantra the first one I want to share with you is the one that I just think about every morning when I wake up. I put my body before my work. I put my body before my work. And that is what I do. I put my body before my work. So I know I scheduled it. I've had my timer in the evening. I wake up, the timer goes off. You have got a class this morning. And I just say to myself, as I'm getting up and getting dressed, I put my body before my work. And that positive affirmation is enough to make me just feel motivated and committed to this goal that I've set for myself, that goal to reduce my visceral fat level, to promote a much healthier body, in turn a healthier mind and attitude, and just to be generally feel better about myself. I'm no different to any of you out there. Sometimes you look in the mirror and you think, and I just feel that the sluggishness that I was beginning to experience, both in my mind, brain fog, and just general unhappiness. You take it out on people, don't you? Take it out on your loved ones. My poor other half, I started to see faults in him. He's leaving his plate on the table again. He's doing this again. But when I really stopped to think about it, it's because I was unhappy. So I thought, I'm going to program my mind. I put my body before my work. That's the first thing. And then, I started thinking about just the balance, the balance of your work-life balance, in terms of how much the proportion of activity that you're doing in your day compared to the amounts of work when you're sat down and you're sedentary. And I thought that has to be a different mantra coming right up. So another mantra I'd like to share with you is a balanced body equals a balanced mind. A balanced body equals a balanced life. If your body is not balanced, if it's out of kilter, if your visceral fat levels are in a dangerous zone, if you are just feeling that your immunity is low and that you're ill a lot, you're picking up lots of infections, and there's an imbalance there in your body that you really need to turn around, because it will affect your mental health, it will affect your work productivity, it will just affect just generally how you feel on a day-to-day basis. So it's really, 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 really important to just think a healthy body, a balanced body equals a balanced lifestyle. A balanced body equals a balanced life. And that's another one of the mantras that I think about. If my body needs to get back where it wants to be and be balanced and happy and healthy, then that is taken care of. Then, I'm more likely to have a balanced life. And the third mantra I'd like to share with you is there'll always be work, but your health won't always be there. Work will always be there, but my health won't. Work will always be there, but my health won't. And that one is that's really pressing for me, because I just think, obviously I've got family, I've got children, and I just think, if I don't take care of my health, I won't be around potentially to be able to take care of the people that I love in my life. So it's important to get that at the corner, at the centre of your mind as well, that work will always be there, but your health won't. So I hope you find those affirmations helpful. Use them every day. Remind yourself, if you get up and, you're human. If you fall off the bandwagon, you get up and your intention was to go to the gym that morning, but something's happened, I don't know, you had to wait in for a parcel maybe, or your child's ill and you haven't been able to follow that routine. Don't beat yourself up. Don't then use that as an excuse for not following your routine, because then all you need to do is have a look at your work schedule and see where you can schedule it in later on in the day. And if you can't, then all's not lost. No one's died. Just jump back on to your daily schedule, exercise schedule, the following day. Jump back on the following day. But it is important that you develop a no excuses culture. No excuses when it comes to exercise, because exercise is everything. It really does promote better physical health, mental health, happiness. It positively affects your relationships with other people as well. So in fact, that is the last thing that I'm going to be talking about, how you can build just some systems, some strategies for success. So setting yourself up for success based on these habits that we've been talking about is the next thing. That is what I'm going to leave you with. So now that you've got your mind in where it needs to be in terms of having that no excuses culture, to putting your body first every day, putting your body before your work, having your daily mantras that you are going to be living and breathing every day just to get you fueled and focused. Now we just need to make sure that you have got everything ready to stick to your plans, that stickability, those strategies for building that success. So one of the things that I do is just like what you'd be doing, perhaps I'm sure you do this as well, when you're getting ready for work. Some of you may actually set out your work clothes, your suit, whatever you're wearing to work the evening before, because it just saves time the following morning, right? So, do the same for your exercise clothes, whatever you're going to be wearing, for the night morning before. Because I work out first thing in the morning, it's really, really important that I don't lose time. So the night before, my exercise clothes are all set out ready, so that I'm up, I'm washed, do my daily mantras, I know what I'm doing in terms of keeping my mind focusing on putting my body first before my work, get dressed, then I'm out. I'm out the house, I'm at the gym, I'm doing my classes, what have you, and I'm focused and I am disciplined. So it's important to do that. It's really also important as well to make sure that you've got healthy snacks, healthy meals prepared in advance. It's really important that nutrition is an integral part of just building those healthy habits. So, your snacks, your fruit that goes in the bag, the nuts. I won't mention the naughties. We will have a few naughty things. But anyway, if you have a balance of more healthy snacks and healthy meals and everything's planned out, then your day will run seamlessly. It will run seamlessly. You know what you're doing in terms of your daily exercise, your activity. It gets in the diary. You've got the reminders. You wake up in the morning. You've got your daily mantras. You've got your snacks. You've got your meals prepared. You come back to your work environment. You go to work and you're more focused and you're more disciplined when it comes to work because you set yourself up for success. And as I said, don't worry if you drop off at one point. What's the most important thing is persistent. Be persistent. Be persistent in the pursuit of your exercise goals and your changing your work-life balance. Be persistent and build consistency and build everything into your daily schedule so it's seamless, it runs seamlessly. And I'm just going to end by just talking about really some of the health benefits of just changing your work-life balance and getting more exercise into your daily schedule as part of your commitment to your body and to yourself. So that's coming right up. And if you're liking what you're hearing, then please press like, share with friends. Please add comments if you've got, if anything I've said, you would like to add something. You may have your own daily rituals that it may be great to share with me. I'd love to hear them and to share with others. Please interact. I would love some interaction because this is all about sharing experiences. That's all I'm trying to do. My life was going downhill fast and I really needed to do something to change it around. I've just develop the courage to come out and just share that I'm not always this happy, smiley person and sometimes life does get me down. So we're just going to end, I think, on just talking about just a few real health benefits to just getting the exercise in. You probably know it all, but you know what? We can't hear it too many times. So what impact does working out in the morning have on your productivity throughout the rest of the day? So when we exercise, and I'm sure you already know this, it increases blood flow and oxygen to the brain, which sort of produces cognitive functioning, things like it helps with memory and problem solving and just planning, all of those things. I've seen a real difference in my own work when I get in from the gym in the morning and I sit down to work. It increases my mental clarity. Mental clarity is much sharper now than it's been for a very long time, and my focus. So when I sit down, I'm alert, I'm awake, and I've got my diary, I know what's happening, and I can just start. I can just get started straight away. Morning workouts sort of increases the production of those neurotransmitters like dopamine that really enhances your mood. And when I do work out in the morning, I just feel a lot more positive. I just feel a lot more upbeat, ready to embrace the day. My interactions with people just go so much more smoothly. I'm in a happy place. It's great to be a happy place when you're working, right? And that happiness for me, that the benefit of the exercise just sustains throughout the whole day. That happy mood, dopamine, really, really, really helps me to just enhance my mood throughout the day, which makes me more productive in my work. Now, I think stress reduction has got to be one of the benefits of exercise on a daily basis. And if you're in a job, and most jobs these days, are stressful, if whatever you're doing, even, doesn't matter what you're doing, professional jobs, stacking in a supermarket, there are levels of stress now. There's so much accountability. But I have found that just exercising in the morning, as just in the mornings, has just helped to reduce my stress levels throughout the day. They really, really have. I've also found that in terms of time management, because my energy levels have been boosted, I now can actually produce double the work in the time that I had been, unexpected in a way. I knew that it would likely improve my work productivity, but I really found that just sustained activity and exercise every morning, I'm just getting through the work in half the time, just with the mental agility and just the focus and the discipline of the exercise first thing in the morning, followed by the discipline of work, building in adequate rest, getting enough sleep, good nutrition, everything coming together is making me feel that my life is far more balanced than it ever has before. So if nothing else, guys, I really want you to think about work-life balance as something that is within your control. And it starts with your mindset and the why you need to shift that balance so that there is more time for you, that your work isn't taking over your life, and that you're just going to be in a happier place. And because you're happier, the health benefits, you're going to be fitter, you're going to be stronger. Choose sports that can develop your coordination, your agility, build your muscle strength, just cardiovascular, just build everything. Choose different sports that's going to promote different health benefits or physical benefits in your body. And that is going to actually make a massive difference in how you approach your life. It's just me, it's just my experience, sharing it with you. Let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Do it now. Don't overthink it. Put your body before your work and you'll be a much happier person. And so will the people around you. Take care till next time.
Thanks for tuning in to Diary of a Working Woman. I hope you found this episode as motivating and uplifting as I did. Please follow me at @doworkpodcast on TikTok and Instagram. For now, I'm going to say bye-bye and keep striving to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, wearing all the many hats that working women do. Sending you love.